Prepare for action. Prepare for adventure. Prepare to herd some cats on the quest for the Quantum Road.
Just keep.
And welcome back to Quest for the Quantum Rose. When last we left our heroes, they had just met the Mother of Now, a hardlight AI construct who is the guardian of the Temple of the Moment. This strangely quasi-real location in a not always there island on a planet that's very hard to get to. Sounds like somebody doesn't want to be found. At the end of last episode, our heroes encountered a prismatic stray, a multicolored holographic cat that has the ability to split into quantum kitties, each one occupying a different quantum state and very uncertain about things. And they stole something that the Mother of Now was trying to give to our players. We have no idea what it is. The cat stole it and ran away. And now our heroes must catch a cat. Actually, 6 of them. Well, 5. Red decided to stick around like a good girl. So, in Roll20, we should be in the holograph chamber, waiting for it to come up for me. Oh yes, everybody should have up, or take the time now to go ahead and get the notes on the effects of the quantum, potion of quantum effect, which the Mother of Now distributed to everybody when it became apparent that you were going to have to track down all of Prisma's little colors. Yes, here we are. Okay, so the red one has decided to hang up and stay with the Mother of Now and is curled up on the dais behind her. It's got its portion of whatever hard light thing that Mother was making for you, kind of gnawing on it like a toy. Violet decided to run to the west, I believe back down the chamber that y'all came in from. Yes. And blue and green decided to jump through the portal at the other end of the hall opposite from Mother. And orange and yellow decided to tear off down the right side. Now each of you has, upon imbibing the potion, in addition to the listed effects, also been kind of imbued with a colored aura that matches one of those signatures. So each one of you is now quantum shifted to match the position of that particular cat, and you can now interact with them as normal matter. The terrain around you, as you take this potion, becomes slightly ghostly in some places and slightly more real in others. You still can move about normally on these floors, like they still remain really real to you and very definite. However, your abilities for the actual potion itself, such as the 5 foot of flight and the teleport abilities, are also in play here, should you decide to use. So let's roll initiative just to make this a little more organized. Does anybody have anything that they would like to do before they begin hunting cats in earnest?
What was I gonna say? I want to go ahead and just go sort of like see if we've been phase shifted to where we've been phase shifted due to drinking these potions. I could reach out to see if I can just touch Correos to see if we can still interact with each other, or if we just go through each other.
No, you do not make contact. Your hands go right through one another. You can still hear each other, curiously. Mother says that this is perhaps because waves are waves in this space, and what one person can hear, everybody can hear.
Willow is going to turn now and go, do you have any advice for coaxing them back, or are they all different, shifted out of, they like different things?
Well, sometimes when she pulls a stunt like this, it means she's bored and she wants to play. She might want a game of chase. She might want to treat you. Sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error with her. She can be very mercurial. They can all be kind of mercurial. Yeah. So, if something's not working for you, you feel free to try something else. But if you get really stuck, you can come here and we can see if we can figure out something together.
Sounds like a pain.
She seems very matronly and honestly like a little worried that maybe you might not be up to the task, but she does also seem like she's being encouraging and knows that you will try your best.
Like a really good mom.
You can tell she's a little apologetic about her naughty cat child. Okay, so initiatives, please. If nobody else is
15.
taking 16 for
There we
you,
go.
15.
And
15. Okay.
for Willow.
1 sec, I gotta roll for 2 characters. I was not ready to pilot Correos tonight.
24 for color.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm so glad I have advantage. Oh, damn it. Okay, that 7 for Val, doing the math, and 4 for Correos. Val and Correos are just not paying attention.
Okay. So perhaps appropriate. Kala, you and Yellow are going to tango. She hooked off north, and there's another passageway through that hallway up to the north of you. And let me pull that map up.
Fog.
Yeah, I don't know why it defaults for that open like that. And honestly, I don't know why I haven't learned by now to actually disable it when I'm building these pages, but I get caught up in story and things. All right, Kala, you find yourself over here at the western edge, and you see a trail of yellow glittery footprints heading straight across, like dead ahead of where you're going. There's also another pair of orange footprints next to it. In the distance, like at the very, very far end of the range, you do see a flash of a yellow glowy tail traipsing down some stairs.
Straight ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, so 100 feet to get there.
Yeah. So bearing in mind that you can teleport with your bonus action with that potion, so you can move and then your dash, I guess, and then bonus to teleport if you want to cover the most amount of ground.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I want to do. I've got a 35.
Okay, so that'll be 70 if you're doing that in your dash. Plus another 10 should get you to 80, so you're almost there at the first outing, so you're covering a good amount of ground. Okay. All right. Kaxaz, you have the orange one, and it went in the same direction as Khaled's did. So are you going in the same direction?
Yeah, I will give chase, and if I can see it, try some. But if not, I will just dash.
Yeah. You don't perceive like any of the other cats. Like you can see the footprints, but you don't see what's actually making them if it's not attuned to your color. So you do see that flash of a tail disappearing around the corner ahead and to the left.
Okay, just okay. So like.
Yeah. So like I've put a line where like the footprints kind of like where you can see them ending at. Here, let me drop a cat for you.
Okay.
The cat back.
It's cutting corners, like this production. There you go. So yeah.
I can reach here with my
Yeah.
dash. Right?
Yeah.
But I'm in the middle.
I believe the tiling may have gotten off center, but we're not too worried about it.
Nah, it's okay. So I dashed. I guess that's my turn. I will yell at the cat and stop right there, you criminal scum.
Okay. What kind of a check are you doing? Or is this
Not-
like are you just
nothing.
yelling?
Yeah, it's my free action.
Okay. The cat kind of turns around and looks at you and hisses.
Has it committed crimes against Skyrim and her people?
It's
All right, Willow. Yes, back to you. Violet, I believe, was your particular kitty flavor. Yes. So you do see heading like into the crossroads and to the left, like in the direction that you came in from.
Okay, so I'm going
And
to
you-
bonus action dash.
Okay. Cool.
I can use my action to dash again, right? Because
Yeah, you can.
rogues.
I mean, you can use your action to dash normally. There's nothing, I don't think, precluding you from doing it twice if you're using your bonus and your action to do both.
Yeah, heading after the cat.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but-
the cat is down here.
Right.
You can see him at the end of the hallway, or her, perched on top of a broken column,
Mhm.
and it's just sitting there, and like it's set down its little glittery fragment of hard light, and appears to be cleaning itself.
Aw.
It's washing its head.
Well, I basically just did everything, so I don't really have anything I can do really at this point.
Mhm.
Close enough.
Okay. That would be Valerie's next. You saw blue-green disappear through the portal.
Well, I reprised my genius plan that I concocted last game and hop through the portal without thinking of consequences.
Awesome sauce. All right.
And before it hops through the portal, I used Bounty Hunter last session, didn't I?
I don't think you were capable of interfacing with the cat before you drank the potion.
Well, actually, I will use one of my spell slots to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
When you can see it again, you can do that.
Oh, I couldn't do it before it ran into the portal?
It got out before you were able to quantumize yourself.
Oh. Well, in that case, I still have that spell slot, so I'm very happy either way.
Yes, well, but if you do, you're going to go ahead and continue your plan to
leap through after it, and the moment I see it again, Hunter's Mark is on it.
Cool beans. Okay.
Read this sleepy poem. Quantum Leap joke.
We hope it's not the leap home. She's got business to attend to.
I do have business to attend to, and if this is a leap home, oh no.
All right. So you find yourself in another, standing basically in the midst of a portal ring. It's currently inactive, but the green cat is standing behind you on a dais and is kind of looking at you expectantly, and has got its tail is lashing back and forth.
I'm going to approach it slow. Hunter's Mark is on it now, in case it decides to bolt.
It tries to bat at the red dot.
Luckily, Hunter's Mark is just my user interface.
It can see the red dot. You're not sure exactly how, but it's trying to play with it.
That's fucking wild. I'm gonna use my primeval awareness in tandem with pulling a little chicken ration out of my backpack to try to communicate with it. Hey, I'm a friend. I want to give you some food, but also I want you to come with me if you don't mind.
Okay. Now, does that require an animal handling check?
I don't think it does, but I'm more than happy to double check it.
Okay.
Let's see, if I'm not mistaken, and I'll pull it up real quick so I'm not just talking out my butt. Let's see. You have the innate ability to communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as a kindred spirit. Through sounds and gestures, you can communicate simple ideas to a beast as an action, and it can read its basic mood and intent. You learn its emotional state, whether it's affected by magic of any sort. I think it's magic, and its short-term needs, such as food or safety, and the actions you can take, if any, to persuade it not to attack.
Okay.
I want to communicate the simple thought: friend, okay. Have food, please come.
Okay. All right. So with that, you can make your choice of a persuasion or an animal handling check. It does understand you.
Cool. I will use animal handling because it's just much better. All right. Let me cook that up for you real quick. Animal handling plus. Cool. All right. That's a 14. I don't presume offering it chicken, like a little chicken ration, gives me advantage. That's it.
Well, it did the trick.
All right. That's all I needed.
Green kind of looks at you, appears to consider for a moment, and then hops down and walks over to you and rubs up against your leg.
I give it the chicken ration.
Okay. A word of note to everybody at this point, because this is the first time you can do this. You have now entered into an entangled state with this cat. When she rubbed up and touched you, it is now possible for you to apprehend her using a opposed grapple check. It's acrobatic or athletics versus her acrobatics.
Oh, jeez.
But that'll be on your next turn. Because you've done your action here, so we'll come around for you. But you are now in an entangled state.
Oh, worm.
With this cat.
I'm quantumly entangled with a cat. This is not how I... actually, somehow this is exactly how I thought my life would end up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to Boom Squid.
That's also me tonight, everyone.
It sure is. And blue was part of blue-green, but you notice that it's just green here. Wherever you're at, you don't see any sign of blue anymore, as Valerie. So from Karos's perspective, she just saw Valerie tear ass through the portal and disappear.
All right.
They? I forget what they. Okay.
Yeah. Boom Squid's gender is
indeterminate.
No, squids just have wild genetics, apparently.
Okay. Your gender is squid. Got that.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, that's the canon gender, but I will have Faye correct me later.
Okay, we will go with they until otherwise notified. So what does Boom Squid do?
Does Boom Squid? All right. As Boom Squid, did I see a general direction that Blue ran off into?
Everybody saw Blue Green go through the portal.
Okay, so if Blue and Green went through the portal, then Boom Squid jumps through the portal.
Okay.
assuming that, if the cat could go through and Valerie could go through, why can't I?
I mean, one would think, right?
One would hope.
One really would.
I walk through the portal and suddenly I die.
No, I'm just trying to find the right map because I've got like 80,000 maps in here. I'm kind of kicking myself. This is like my own water temple.
So in short, we should do this fast so we can have mercy on our GM.
Oh no, I'm not complaining. I've put a lot of effort into this, and I would like to see it play to fruition. So, give me just 1 second while I turn off the fucking floor. There we go. Okay, so Karos winds up in a different spot in the. It's another telepad in a different portion of the temple. Around the walls here, there's some various and sundry frescoes and kind of decorative artwork. Not entirely unlike the hieroglyphics that you guys saw in Kemet. I mean, different artists, clearly different art styles, but generally the same kind of like storytelling bag. It chronicles apparently somebody fending off a great assault on the temple. A force of great darkness leading a force of hooded cultists, and a great green light, basically incinerating everybody.
Reyes makes note of, if I have green light, I have arcane warhead.
Well, I don't know. You can make an intelligence check, or I don't know. I don't think she speaks the language of these runes, but you might be able to, or if you roll really well on insight, you might be able to infer a few more details out of this than what's immediately apparent. But that's the general gist of the story here.
I think Kareos is going to focus mostly on the cat for now.
Right. And the cat, speaking of which, is just up the stairs and at the end of what appears to be a box hallway. There is a slightly rounded turret-like room at the end of the hall.
Like right there?
Yeah, like right there. Can you see Blue? She's in there.
I cannot see Blue. She is invisible to me.
Oh, okay. She might be quantum phased. Hang on a second. Or she might just be on the GM later. Or she might be on the map later. Where is she? She's in there. I can see her.
I don't know how much of Kareos' move speed was used to get to the portal.
I'll say that just because of the way that we transitioned, everybody has their full move speed when they land on the new map zone that they were from.
Okay.
Because time and space is freaking weird here, and sometimes you can't always tell exactly how far you've gone.
Time is an illusion.
Lunchtime, doubly so. I
like
cannot find this cat. I mean, I see him. There. Come here.
I also can't find the notes on what we can do with the potion. I know there's a teleport. Was that an action or a bonus action? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm trying to catch a cat. There, finally. Do you see her? She's like bouncing around there. No? Here.
No, I don't see her.
Boom. How about now?
Yes, there we go. I am... Okay,
Okay.
The potion just now kicked in and made her visible.
It must have something to do with the solubility of your Poseidon solution. It's having a hard time penetrating your...
Reyes had to use a squid to wipe off some cloudiness on that side of it. Maybe I should clean. Maybe Kareos thinks I should clean this suit.
Could be. Anyway, so now you can see the cat at the end of the hall.
Okay, so was it a bonus or an action to teleport?
Okay, so it is bonus action to teleport up to 10 feet.
Okay, so let me measure this out.
You can fly. You have a flying speed in addition to that in your movement. You also have a fly speed of 5 feet, and you can move through solid objects and entities as if they were difficult to.
Okay, so
Just for the rest of the effect of that potion. The hallways here are pretty open, so you don't have to worry about that so much here.
Okay, so
but yeah,
which gives me an effective movement speed of 45 feet if I use all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I will attempt to move Boom Squid and realize that I cannot move Boom Squid.
Oh, because Boom Squid is not currently controllable by you. 1 second. I had you on there and then I took you off. So let me add you back on.
From everything I know, that was a wise move.
Okay, try now. Ooh, sorry.
Okay, let's see. I can. Yes. Sorry.
You got really excited about pushing her around.
We'll talk about that after the show. But Kareos is just gonna get their whole movement speed out there and try to go here, kitty, here, kitty, and just I guess Kareos is gonna try to do animal handling. So this is gonna be really, really fun, and I don't know if Kareos has rations on them, so I can't. All right, so
we'll see how she does with just happening to be bait.
She rolls a 12. Well, they rolled a 12.
Well, you're not sure if it's the scent of seafood coming off of the suit, or if the big metal suit just looks particularly inviting. But Blue looks up and moves over closer to you and starts sniffing tentatively at the Big Daddy suit, and you have now become entangled.
Yes. I did it. I entangled Faye's character to a cat. Good. Now I just need to do this in every other game I've ever played in.
All right, top of the initiative. Back to Kala. Yeah, you see Yellow skedaddling down the hallway and out.
Well, I don't have much of a choice, but at least I can use my movement to get on the stairs without doing anything else with the next areas,
Quite.
and then I can.
Yes. Let me.
May or may not like what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I don't know that I will. So what is it you're thinking?
Well, once I get downstairs, I'll.
Okay. And moving your token to the map level. All right. So when you arrive in the place where we are, the fog of war disabled. There you go.
Fuck.
But the cat, you can see, is like dead ahead of you. It doesn't appear to be rushing or in any big hurry. It's just kind of walking along the hallway with its ass up in the air and this little glittering piece of hard light in its mouth still. It does seem to have noticed you, but it's not particularly threatened by a big cat when it is also a cat. So it kind of regards you quizzically.
Okay. How far away from me?
It is currently 20 feet away from. I know what this thing says, but it's 20 feet.
And I use my full move.
No, you really only used about 10 feet of movement, so you could get up in range with it and close if you wanted to.
I would actually like to pull a move that may require deception, but I would like to calmly walk up to it. But then when I get a little over 10 feet,
Okay.
teleport to the opposite side and immediately grab it.
Okay, so you're going to try to nonchalant walk up to this thing and then bamf behind it and attempt to snatch it.
That's the.
Go ahead and make your deception check. I guess performance
Performance? Okay.
with your walk. We'll see if you can walk like you don't care. Do you whistle?
Can you whistle with two saber?
Yeah. People whistles with 2 fingers in the mouth.
You can definitely whistle with 2 saber teeth, if only for rule of cool.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 18.
Well, you're very convincing. You placed second in the all-time nonchalant walk back home, so this is easy pickings for you. No, we're not writing lore for you. I'm just being hyperbolic. However, it is a very convincing performance, and the cat does not think at all that you are about to do what you were about to do. So when you quantum pop in front of it, it floofs up really big and basically looks like a glowing neon green koosh ball or yellow koosh ball. And go ahead and make me a grapple check, athletics.
Oh, there.
Of course, the cat decides to pounce. It's very on brand.
That would be a dirty 20.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see how agile this little cat. Not as agile as you, apparently, and like by the skin of its teeth, rolled a 19. Like after it got a 19 on its acrobatics check. So you catch a lot of fluff, and it wriggles, but you manage to hold on to it. You are now entangled and have apprehended your cat.
What do you expect? Lions are ambush predators.
Yep.
I will also apologize for effectively nullifying the rest of the map that you've so painstakingly laid out.
Well, no, that's actually it's okay, because you never know when we might have a chance to reuse assets.
This is a big dungeon. Please don't use it against us.
I told you this is like my water temple, right? So you now have a cat. It is not happy, but it is like it's not trying to claw your eyeballs out. You kind of have to hold it at arm's length, but it's also resolutely not dropping its little piece of hard light either. That's good.
If it ever does decide to try and attack me, I have a soul.
Cool bean. All right, well done, Kala. Kexos.
Okay.
You see Orange disappearing down the stairs, and it's. Sorry. We'll call. Whoa. I'm trying to get a drawing line, and I'm using the wrong tool. We're going to call this distance to the staircase for you. We're calling that 20 feet because the scale is off. So you can get to the stair level and down with 20 feet of movement.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Here. It's really dark down here. Okay. Heck. Damn cats in the quantum realm again. Okay.
Make a whoop with your mouth.
Yes, I did, in fact.
Oh, okay. It sounded exactly like the notifications from my Facebook or something, and I was paranoid.
Yeah, sorry, I'm an impressionist. I give you the impression that I know what I'm doing. There you go. You should be able to see now
Yeah.
the new map, and before you is a cat.
Where's the?
Are you? It's at the bottom.
Okay. I cannot see my.
You can't see your token at the
token.
bottom? Oh, that's because I
No.
put him. There it is. I put him on the wrong
Okay,
order.
yeah, perfect.
There
And
you go.
I spent 20, right?
Yeah.
So I can move up to here.
Yeah.
So I am.
Probably so hard to scale
Uh,
these maps appropriately so they'll actually line up with the grids, and it just does not want to cooperate.
I mean, I can get the idea. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not like we're doing battle movements here.
no.
Can you imagine trying to phalanx these cats?
So I'm like 15 feet away from the cat.
Yes.
Since I cannot reach it with my web, I will cast Speak with Animals on me
Mhm.
and say, listen here, you punk. You don't like me, I don't like you, but I have food. And we both like food, so I will share my food if you come with me and reunite with your brothers.
Okay. Good. I was gonna say roll at disadvantage because you're being rude after this cat, and it does not deign to be spoken to like that. However, you also said the word roll flat d20. Roll a persuasion check because it does understand you.
Yeah.
But it understands all of you, so we're gonna cancel that. That's gonna be a flat roll for you.
13.
Okay. It sort of it looks at you and it looks kind of mortally offended, honestly. Like, I'm sure you've seen cats like disapproving face. This is a very disapproving looking cat.
You can
But
speak with me now. I mean, I will
well,
understand.
it does not care to speak to you. No,
Of course, it's a cat.
it does not deign.
I very accurately have recorded this interaction in the Discord chat for those of you who haven't seen it yet.
I see that. That's perfect. So yeah, Orange Julius here decides to like walk kind of like up to like sniff your front claw, and just it's very tentative. It doesn't really get you. You smell kind of like lunch, but too big of lunch, and it's very confused.
I mean, I was gonna share my rations, but if you want, I can give you a couple fingers.
Okay. So actually, when its nose reaches out to touch you, you become entangled, and you can now try to apprehend the cat on your next turn.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you guys are making all the checks here, because otherwise this would have been a much bigger chase. just saying. Willow, you're up. Let's see, where did I leave you? Oh yes, back here. All right. So you see Purple at the bottom there, or Violet, I suppose we'll call her, down at the bottom of the row here, and she is just sitting patiently on a column, just cleaning herself, paying you no mind whatsoever.
I'm going to move my full 30 up to here.
Okay.
And am I close enough to where I could try and get her?
You can try. I mean, you're certainly she could perceive you at this range. It's not so dark that she can't see.
Alright, so
Everything kind of looks glowy and like purpley lit around here, kind of like ambient haze, I suppose.
yeah. So I'm going to reach into my backpack and take out some wiring from my interface rig and just go, Sweetie, Violet, over here, Sweetie, and just start dangling it like a cat toy.
Oh my
Trying to get her
god.
attention.
Oh god, I
Come on,
love you.
Sweetie.
This is the best. I had this whole big chase thing for you guys, like trying to run around and catch cats, and you're just playing with them, and it's breaking everything. I love it.
Please, dear God, give Willow advantage for that one.
I was gonna
Be
say
fair.
it's animal handling. You do
Alright.
get advantage from the cat toy.
21.
Oh no, Violet loves this. It's a piece of conductive wire. It's shiny and it's conductive and it's everything. And she promptly like rolls herself up in it like yarn and
Yes.
like actually gets herself not just entangled with you but also entangled in the wire and is now apprehended.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pick
She
up.
apprehended herself for you. You have a bound bundle of purple cat that is purring, and is actually it's very bizarre because the purrs cause ripples in like the air around her, like the ripples in space time, and you can actually feel like vibrations of probability happening, and it stings a little bit because you realize that blood cells might be moving in different locations than they would have done otherwise. It's a trifle uncomfortable, but it's not damaging. And you now have a cat in a
Right.
bag of wires.
Right. Like I would just pick her up and just like, oh, you're a talkative girl. You are, and then just start unraveling her just a little bit from the wire. And did she leave the data pad up on the pedestal?
Yes, she did, in fact.
Oh dear. I'm gonna have to get that next turn because I'm assuming I took my action, to get her.
You could bonus dash. You haven't used your bonus, I don't believe, for this round. If you wanted to get on top of it, at least, if you're worried
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just get on top of it.
Okay,
But
because you already
keep-
used your action to play with the cat toy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
So I will,
Okay, so you
I'll
have a
still have
cat,
it with me.
and you are on top of your quantum entangled data fragment,
Yep.
and all is well in Purple Land.
Excellent.
Valerie,
Mhm.
you and Greenie over here, I believe is over here. You and Greenie are together, and she is like rubbing up on you and is also beginning to purr. And you notice that instead of alterations in time space, you're seeing changes in like the values of light and dark when she purrs. Like little shade and highlights are coming off of her up and down, like in waves as she's purring.
Oh, she's just a little baby. I'm just gonna reach down and like pet her and just try to like play with her. And a second after petting her, I'm just like, hey, wait a second, where's the hard light thing?
She's got it in her mouth.
Okay. Do you think will she let me scoop her up?
Your animal handling check, she'll probably let you pick her up without too much of a fuss, yes.
I pick her up and I'm just like, I'm feeding her little bits of chicken and like
Okay.
just rubbing her belly.
When you go to lift her up, you notice that the engine, the energies of the portal around you start spinning up again, and as your 6 seconds ends, you notice yourself being swept back someplace, and your vision shifts again.
I smack the right side of my head to try to like see if it's the mechanical I'm messing up again.
It is not, but that's okay.
Since I have the cat, is the portal going to close or can I go back through?
Well, you never really left the portal like area, and you can basically it's spinning itself back up and regathering a charge to teleport you somewhere already.
Okay, well,
So
I guess I spend my action playing with a cat, which is the best thing I've ever done in a game of D&D. And I was going to spend my bonus action to rub her belly.
Can you still use your move to get towards the portal, or?
I'm still on the portal. I never left it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, the cat came to her. She aced that animal handling.
Like I can almost talk to animals. Not as good as Caxos can right now, but with a little more and a little less finesse at the same time.
Right.
All right, so back to Boom Squid. Boom Squid is now in entanglement, but has not yet apprehended her cat. The cat is sniffing the Big Daddy suit. It smells like seafood. It does not know quite what to make of you. It is not as avid or fond as Green was of Valerie, but it is curious.
Well, I guess Boom's gonna be like, all right, I have to get this cat. Very awkwardly, like, I don't know Boom Squid's character. If Kratos is out of character, someone else can smack me later. Kratos is just gonna like, just to try to as cautiously as possible pick up this kitty.
Okay, go ahead and make me an animal handling check.
All right, Boom Squid, please roll well. I was not rolling anything good last night. Well, actually, I did roll some good last night. I'm lying. Boom Squid rolled a 6.
Oh no. Okay, so yeah, the cat hisses at them, and decides to scamper off over here.
Oh no.
Now the big hose.
All right. Well.
But you haven't. Karos has not moved yet this turn.
All right. Curios is going to just take a few feet towards the cat, but not get too close, because I got a plan for next turn.
Okay.
I don't
top-
think there's a. Sorry. Yeah. End of turn. My bad.
Yeah, top of the initiative, and we're back with Kalahari and her catch. Have apparently pounced the cat and now have her. And yeah, you have your cat and you have your data fragment. And what do you do?
Well, True to form, I have absolutely no reason to wait to explore any further. I immediately take the cat back.
Okay.
And again, if it does attempt to swipe or try to struggle, I do have something in mind.
Okay, go ahead and make me an animal handling check while you're walking the cat back to see if you keep it calm or at least contained.
19.
Yeah, so the cat stays pretty chill. It was very spooked at first, but it smells a big cat, and the big cat is not trying to harm this cat. So it does settle down after a second, and like, if not like super friendly with you, but it does tolerate your presence.
That's wonderful, because if I wasn't able to have caught it on the first turn, I was going to shoot it with a ray of frost to slow it down. So I'm glad we didn't have to resort to that.
You might have got a spanking. Just saying. We don't know what mother feels like about you shooting her pets.
I wouldn't be aiming to kill.
I don't know that she would care. In
Anyway.
any event. So yeah, you come striding out from the hallway, cat in hand. And you can conclude your movement. Wait a minute, I put you in the wrong place because there's a whole ass other hallway to put you through in here with the yellow cat. And just for the sake of clarity, I'll just say it takes your entire movement to get from this part to the next room on the scale here. Okay? And Kexos is not there right now, but I can't move him. Let's see, next is Kexos. So Kexos, you and your cat, all the way over. No, I can't move any further. Hang on. There we go. You and your cat. You are currently entangled, and the cat is sniffing at your claws, trying to figure out why you smell like food but look so big.
Those things are not exclusive. I will attempt to grab it.
Okay. Make me your athletics check.
Yes. I have +6, so 16.
It manages to squeeze out from your hands, and scampers off away from you.
I'm gonna be here for a while.
Move, cat. Yep. Boop. So yeah, it got a 20. It rolled an at 20 on its evasion check, so or its acrobatics check. So yeah,
I assume that was an action for both of us, right?
that was her action too. Cause they go on your initiative the way this is laid out. In case you got
so I
noticed.
will move then to
chase.
Yeah, we're still technically on melee.
You have enough movement that you can close, and you can actually use your bonus to get out ahead of it with a teleport if you so decided, like Kala did.
No, I'm too clumsy.
Okay, fuck this magic noise. Okay, alright. Willow, you and the ball of violet are at the southern end of the hallway there. We're dragging the bookmark, not nearly as fun as just clicking into the window that you're trying to get to. Alright.
So the cat is still with me. It's back there.
Yeah, I didn't group the tiles, but I will.
Nah, that's fine.
So.
So with that in mind, pick up the data fragment.
Mm-hmm.
Put it because it's a data pad, right? It's a data pad.
Yeah. So.
Hard light data pad.
What you see here, now that you've got a hold of it, you can really get a good look at what's happening here. It's a whole holopad, but it's made out of hard light, and it's about at 1/6 opacity.
So I can't even read what's on it.
No, not really.
Right. She's gonna tuck it under her arm, and she's still holding the cat, just not purposefully, but not with any like haste. She's just still untamed, trying to untangle him a little bit from the way he got tamed. Like, okay, let's go back to mom. All right, just walk him back towards similar now.
Okay, go ahead and make me an animal handling. It's still at advantage because it's still really enjoying the wire.
Do I need to move, or do I make this before I move?
Go ahead and do this before you make your movement.
It's a 19.
Okay, yeah, no, she's fine. She's purring happily and still giving you little pinprickles in your skin, and as she's purring.
Yeah, she's still grimacing, like trying to still smile, but it's a little grimacing in that. Yeah.
It's like, okay, have you ever had a cat make biscuits on you?
No, I am.
Oh, okay. So.
To my dismay.
Yes, it's very nice. Except it's also very prickly. Cats, when they're feeling particularly cuddly, will sometimes like take their paws and they will go like this on a soft surface that they like, and it harkens back to nursing behavior as kittens because this like primes the mother to make milk, I guess. But they call it making biscuits, and they end up just digging just the little tips of their claws in your skin, and it prickles a lot. But it's also very endearing and very cute, so we let them do it. So that's kind of the sensation that your skin is getting from the purrs is like a lot of biscuits.
Just another.
You say this, and now all I'm picturing is baby Calamity doing that.
Sounds adorable.
I don't think Hala would ever admit to having made biscuits in her life.
Oh, I'm fairly certain Kala would murder
was-
anyone who ever implied it.
No, I'm sure she came out of the womb gun in hand.
Gun in hand, blood on teeth, ready to go.
Yeah. She has a reputation to uphold, damn it. Whoop. Okay, so, yeah. Willow has done her successful check, and she has moved her movement. And Valerie, we are back to you. And Valerie, basically, as you're standing there with the cat and the energies of the warp portal surround you, and they flare again, and you find yourself standing back here in the projection room, in the same place that you left, with green in hand.
Oh, well, I'm cradling green like baby. I very slyly pull out another piece of chicken and feed it to her, and I'm going to just calmly walk take my happy, all things considered, 45-foot movement speed.
Yep.
And just I can't.
I'll get the cat. That's fine.
Okay. And just walk over and be like, while doing this and cooing at her, like, we're gonna go back to mommy now, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. And I'm just gonna playing with her.
Mother can see this and is quietly delighted. Like she's clapping her hands a little bit. It's like, oh, you did so good. That was very fast.
She's an absolute cutie. I love her so much. Is Greenie her name, or does she have a separate name like this?
Oh no, I call her Olive.
Aww. Val is just being an absolute
That's red. The one that went up north, those are lemon and marmalade.
Val takes this audio that she records with her fish, files it away under very highly important facts.
Yeah, and then Sky was the other one that chased through the portal. I believe your Nautilid friend is chasing her down. Is Sky, and then Violet went down the way you all came in. So that's everybody.
I'll look down there and see can I see Willow with Violet where I am?
Yeah, you can, and actually you can also see Kala coming up her ways. You cannot see Caxtos right there.
As a whole ass lesbian, and also as a person who loves animals more than she loves most people, seeing Willow playing with Violet just absolutely fucking melts my steel heart.
Oh, and her little curled up cotton yarn nest that she's made out of herself, or copper. Lord, I can talk tonight.
Do I need a roll to swoon?
We'll get to those seduction checks later. Right now, there's cats to fix.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Okay. All right. Moving back to Boom Squid.
Poor choice of
Perfect choice of words.
What do you mean?
Yes. So, Bloom Squid is here, and Sky has not entirely enjoyed your attempts at apprehension and is stalking away, but not full on sprinting. She dodged out of the way, but she's not running. She just wasn't really happy.
I make mental. You go, Willow.
I was gonna say that may have been a slip of the tongue, but Bloom Squid sounds like a really good name for a nautilus.
A, it does, and B, as soon as he slipped and said that, my mind just went, okay, we need to get somebody with Druidcraft to put actually Valerie just put a bunch of flowers all over Boom Squid later and call them Blue Squid.
I was thinking more like a nautilus suit made out of iron, tree.
That's
right.
Gorgeous, and I love it. But also, I like the idea of Karos wearing a daisy crown and that big daddy suit.
Yes,
that sounds amazing.
Also,
Okay.
if anyone's listening to this, please feel free to make that character, play it, draw or commission art of it, and tag me on Twitter. Because gosh darn, I want to see that if I don't draw it first.
Oh boy, love this. Okay,
You I might commission you.
So, Karos, you have a blue cat stalking away from you. It is now currently at 15 feet and holding, basically. It's not dashing, but it is not happy with you.
I'm going to I'm going to take the Kalahari approach.
Okay.
And move that 10 feet, and then that teleport and just try to wrangle the cat.
Okay. Nice. Go ahead and make your athletics check to try and apprehend.
And let me
cat.
grab Rio's sheet and figure out Athletics. Okay. Well, that's not a horrible check. 21.
Woo! Okay, so Sky rolled pretty good too, and she's kind of nimble, but Karos manages to reach down with one big metally gloved hand and scruff the cat neatly, and holds it up, and you have apprehended your cat.
All right, and I will take the rest of my movement speed and the cat. And I assume the cat has the thing in its mouth, right?
Yes, it does. It jealously holds onto it. It's the shiniest it had of it.
Well, I will take the cat. I'll try to move it into a less looking like I'm scruffing it, but my scruff hold is not loosened on it, and just walk back over to the portal.
With how big the Nautilus suit's hands are, can you just hold it in one hand, like what is that old cartoon, the old Looney Tunes cartoon? But yeah, Pussyfoot and Mark Antony.
Oh boy.
This is a question for the GM, or this is a question for the DM, because I don't know how big Kareos's hands are supposed to be. Because
I would say is you could make a dexterity check to try and hold her like that, but I'd be worried about.
I'm not gonna lose this cat, so I'm just gonna.
I'd be worried about calling him George and having an unfortunate end to that out loud.
Oh, worm. Well, with that in mind, I'm gonna not endanger my hold on this cat and just walk over to the teleporter pad.
Okay. Yeah. So as you step onto the pad with the cat in hand, it also begins winding up its charge and feel the familiar sensation of being teleported again. And we move back to the top of the initiative. Callie, you can be off of initiative now. You have completed your objective. You have a cat. You are in the hub room with. Apparently now Valerie and Willow both have apprehended their cats and are in the room with you. Red is still hanging out up at the top of the dais and has apparently decided to just like fuck off and take a cat nap. Would you like to do anything besides hold on to your cat and wait for the others?
In specific.
Okay. So here in the presence of the other cats, you notice that Lemon definitely seems more calm and less agitated and less apt to try and wriggle. You can have advantage on your animal handling check to keep her under control.
I'm sorry, say that last part again.
You have advantage on a check to keep her under control, animal handling check.
Want me to go ahead and roll that?
Please.
Just making sure. That's a 5. God, there's advantage.
Right.
That's a 17.
Okay, that's good enough. She is not agitated and she is sitting mostly still. She's not purring at you yet, but she does seem to be at least not hating your guts, which is saying a lot for Lemon. All right. Caxos, you and Marmalade are going to dance now.
Okay.
So you are practically on top of this cat who did not appreciate you pouncing at her before.
Sure.
So but you are in an entangled state still, and you are within apprehension distance if you decide to just go ahead and try and swipe for her.
Yeah. I'll try to grab it like a football. I don't know.
Okay. Make your acrobatic or athletics check for me.
Oh, natural 20. 26.
Oh, well, yeah, that certainly beats her 6. So, yeah, you have all of that cat. You managed to apprehend her so fast that she didn't even realize she was in the air until it was already... she lets out a surprised little... but doesn't actually try to scratch you. You do manage to hold her securely, very securely. And while you avoid injury, you suspect that she would probably try to scratch your compound eyes out given half a chance.
Oh. Calm down, buddy. What's your name?
Marmalade!
Nice. That has sugar. It's a fitting name. So I will start walking towards.
Put me down!
Not yet. I promise I will not harm you. Unless you claw me, then I will claw you.
She's really unhappy about the situation, but she can't actually reach you to hit you.
You are a worthy opponent, and I will remember your name, Marmalade.
She has devolved and just doesn't even bother to respond and just hisses at you frantically now. Just hates your guts. Okay. All right. So you do now have your quarry and begin moving back through. I will say it'll take your entire turn worth of movement to get out through the next room as well.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Willow, you also have you have Violet at the southern end of the projection room, and you make your way up and rejoin the others, and you notice that Violet is still loving life in the little wire bale that she's made for herself. You have advantage on your animal handling check.
Right. So while she's carrying him, she's actually got a bit of more of the wire loose and is actually like dangling above her like a little cat toy, just letting her bat at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 7.
With advantage?
We have with advantage.
Oof. Okay.
Had to hit it at some point.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, you do manage to accidentally poke her with the pointy end of the wire, and she struggles to try and jump down. Make an opposed grapple check, please.
So it's athletics.
It is athletics for you.
Athletics.
But you have an advantage because she's actually got herself encumbered in this wire, so she's rolling at disadvantage.
That's a 2.
Okay, well, you still beat her save, so you managed to hang on to her.
Nope. So yeah, I got you.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, and that's it.
All right. Valerie, you have a cat. This cat is chill. It likes chicken. You can't see anybody else in the room, but you do see the mother and this green kitty. And for some reason, you can see Red in the background, but Red looks like a negative image of Red, if that makes any sense. Oh, and actually, now that I come to think about it, Kala, you also see, you and Willow see each other as like basically negative color images of each other. You didn't notice it before, but it was coming back into the room and looking directly at each other and like finally perceiving each other for the first time like this. In your present entangled quantum states, you look like film negative color versions of what you normally look.
So I look at red, and red looks green because green is the opposite color of red.
No, red looks like black almost, right? Like a when I say film negative, I mean like an actually like a black shadow version of the
like a silhouette.
Kind of. The highlights are lowlights, and it's all very
Yeah.
dark.
I
So-
assume.
They're solid black with the shading on.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have
Okay.
said there's not
I-
color on this. You can't.
So it's
you can't
negative
perceive
but
it.
black and white.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't
I
express
look-
that clearly the first time.
I look over at Willow, and I assume she
You
looks like
can't
this as
see.
well.
You can't see Willow.
Not anymore. Oh, I can't see her anymore. Oof. Okay.
You see Mother and you see Red at the top of the dais taking a nap. Kala and Willow can see each other. You don't know about any of this.
Oh, I can't see anybody else. Okay, I didn't see Willow come down the hall.
No, you can't see Willow right now.
Ooh. All right. You
But
know,
Mother is there, and she seems delighted with the way you're handling the cat.
well, I'm going to just keep babying the kitty, and just
Mhm.
use my speed to get up to Mother with her baby in hand. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go see Mommy real quick, aren't we? Oh, she's such a fluffy baby.
Oh, here, I'll take her for you. Oh, sweetie, you're gonna lay here with me now, okay? And she'll take the cat from you and take the data pad, and to kind of like flop it up in the air, and it sort of like just hangs there in space and rotates. But she sort of pours the cat into basically the nanite dust basin here, and
Should I consider putting a piece of chicken in the nanite space, but
You
then I
s-
think better of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say is you see there's kind of like there's an energy field kind of projecting up from around the rim of the projection ring, and when she pours olive kind of into the nanite dust, her first instinct is to try and rear up onto the edge and like hop out. But as she pops up and tries to put her paws over the edge, you see it's actually reacting to her like a solid wall, and you realize that Mother has a quantum cat playpen.
A quantum baby gate.
Yes, basically. She's got like a little pack and play for the kitties right here underneath her.
Okay. Well, can I use my action to give her to like, hey, could you give this to her for me, and just give like offer Mother another piece of chicken, just like, hey, I just want to give her one last treat because she's so adorable and she's just nominal.
You are too sweet, and she's gonna lean down and she's gonna pinch your cheek, and it's gonna tingle a little bit because hard light feels weird when it touches you. But she does take the chicken and she does give it to Olive, and Red sniffs and like wakes up and looks down at Olive in the playpen and sees that Olive is getting and
You want some
decides
too?
Red decides to hop up and like climbs into the playpen, and at first like sniffing around, like drops her hard light fragment, and like you can see she's getting ready to try and steal away from Olive.
I produce another one. I know I don't have infinite rations, so I know I'll need to like get more later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just say this is like I've got 3 more of this.
Oh,
I guess.
you probably don't want to do that. You are in an opposite entangled position, and you might hurt her.
Oh, I was just gonna give the chicken to you.
Oh,
Oh wait, the chicken
well,
is also entangled.
it is, yes.
Well then you might want to. She looks like she's gonna steal some entangled chicken.
You can see that while they're in the playpen together, it seems as though that Olive and Red kind of exist in the same space and have lost whatever that annihilative energy that happens when they interact here. This is like kind of a safe zone for them.
Mhm.
You can make an intelligence check if you want to try and figure out the why of it, but
Sure.
it seems as though that Mother isn't particularly worried about the chicken that she already had. But trying to offer it to Red directly seems like a no-go.
Oh, I'm not offering it to Red directly. I'm offering it to Mother so she can give it to Red.
Okay, well, that does seem acceptable.
Okay.
It does
Um,
change state as you hand it over, and you see it actually, like, the chicken itself gets vaporized, and, like, you smell a lot of roasted, like, barbecue chicken smell in the air. But there is a hard light impression of the information of the chicken left behind, and that is presented to Red, who lashes her tail and purrs contentedly and sets down to basically wolf that down without even tasting it.
Yeah, I'm recording these cute babies, and also, is that a nature or arcana check?
Go ahead and do Arcana, because this is dealing with hard light mechanics.
That's all right. That's fair. That's a 17. I didn't expect to roll well on this. All right, cool.
Yeah. So in essence here what you've got is a quantum probability stabilizer existing in this place. It was kind of built in to keep Mother's projector from ever actually ceasing to exist in any one of the realities that she observes. You realize that it is because their superpositions are being maintained that they don't collapse when they touch each other and cancel each other out. Basically, Olive and Red occupy two opposite ends of a quantum spin. So one of them is charm and one of them is strange. And if they were to interact with each other outside of this little playpen, they might not reconnect cleanly. So the reason that quantum prismatic strays are not so common in this universe is that it's really easy to split them apart. It's not so easy to put them back together.
Gotcha.
Also,
And-
because they're only created as a result of a successful spell check counter defense against a prismatic spray attack.
And the only reason I know this is because I did a dissertation on one my junior year in college.
Well, that and you made a good enough Arcana check to know what spell check is. And
Yep.
one of the things that happen when spell check goes wrong is that weird ass animals like this exist.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, that's where I learned the information prior, and like, oh yeah, I'm remembering it because of that.
Yes, this is by way of exposition.
Yes.
All right. So, having said all of that, let's see. It is Karos' turn, and we're back to Sky and Boom Squid.
You good? So I guess Sky and Boom Squid are. Boom Squid's just gonna keep Sky there and wait for the portal to charge.
Yes,
it?
actually, I was going to say, as I had realized, is as you begin your 6 seconds, you do notice that you do in fact teleport back to the hub room with Sky intact and in tow, and I can't create blue cats. Why can't I create cats? There's a blue cat.
Prismatic spray didn't go wrong. So I guess Kareos is gonna like try to be more cuddly with Sky and just try to, like, make it less, for lack of, just less upset about its current position, and just like pet it a little bit, maybe scratch it under the chin.
Okay, go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Gosh, Kareos, what is your wisdom? Because I know for sure as heck you don't have this proficiency. That's an 18. Hey, there we go.
I don't know why I'm so sneezy. That is a successful check. You manage. I think I'm allergic to the cats.
Oh no.
Oh no, we gotta put them back together.
I'm
DM's
undone.
The DM's allergic to non-unified quantum state felines.
Oh God, I'm uncertain of everything. Okay, so yes, you do manage to find a comfortable position to hold the cat and give her a little tickle, and she does stop squirming quite so urgently.
There you go. There, that's better. And Well, just trying to coo at it, but I get the feeling Correos doesn't have a lot of cat wrangling or really good animal handling. I just don't imagine it. Tries, but I'm not sure they're just good at it. And they're just gonna move their 45 feet up and try to bring the cat to mother.
Oof. Okay. Sorry. Goodness gracious. So much sneeze.
Sneezy peasy weezy.
Whew.
Y'all, if we don't put these cats back together, my boyfriend's gonna die.
No.
Can't have that.
I need Schrodinger's bending drill. All right, Kala, quick, get this cat out of here.
Yeah, that's enough. Wait, we're meaning in game
I
or?
believe so.
I can't like not sneeze for more than 5 seconds. So, yeah, what are you doing with your turn?
I'm just effectively. Do we need to take 5 for the DM?
Let's just get through this.
Right.
That's
So
my thing.
We gotta get the DM some Franz Exner histamines.
he's
Fun.
losing his mind.
Fun fact for those of you at home, Franz Exner was the name of Schrodinger's former teacher when he started his early career.
Science. I love it.
You good?
Don't ask me why I know these.
Let's just do this thing. It's not stopping anytime soon.
Okay, then I'm just waiting for things to be wrapped up, so be quantum entangled and back to our.
Well, you notice that suddenly when you if you're observing Mother standing there in the intersection of the hallway and seeing the weird black and white film negative of Violet and Willow, you suddenly see the image of another cat appear at Mother's feet, and then a second cat, and her doting over them. And while they exist inside of that, quantum and superposition enhancing field, they are in full color to you, and you can see them as olive and red.
I guess I should walk forward and put my cat in with the. I apologize.
Okay, so yeah, you can deposit your cat with no real extra fanfare, but do make one last animal handling check to make sure that she doesn't try and wriggle free from you in the last moment. Because
Is it
yeah, she's tolerant, but not patient.
okay? Is this still at advantage with
Yes,
the 16 on the first one?
that's good enough.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to transport her without further incident and kind of spill her, if not delicately, then at least normally, I would say. Yeah, you dump her into the playpen without further incident, and as you do so, you see kind of her colors shift and become a little bit less brightly attuned to yours and become just more of a normal yellow cat. And she looks at the other two cats in the pen and just kind of ignores them and stalks over to one side of it and curls up for a nap. The hard light fragment that she had in her mouth, Mother reaches down and plucks away from her and sets it up, spinning into the first two that are already in here. And as each piece reasserts itself, you notice that the hard light schematic or data pad that's there is basically becoming more and more solid and more tangible, more real, as each cat contributes its share back to the collective. Yes. All right. Kexas, Dr. Smites, are you going to be using your whole movement to get back through the little hub room here?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Can I roll a persuasion since we can still speak?
You can try. What are you going to say to her, to Marmalade?
Slightly. Trust me, I take no pleasure in bugging you, but
Oops.
It-
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, I take no pleasure in bugging you, but I have to reunite you with your mother and brothers.
No!
Why not? Give me one good reason.
Go on!
I mean, that's an average reason.
No!
Okay, so I will do it if not for a good reason, I will do it just because I'm stronger than you. And I will keep walking.
Okay. All right. What was your persuasion check?
Oh yeah. Okay, that's natural one for a 3.
Oh, yeah. No, she's not having that shit. Go ahead
I
and
mean,
make your animal handling or make your opposed grapple check to try and hang on
Athletics?
to Marmalade. Yes, athletics again. She's
Okay,
desperately
I'll roll.
trying.
At least I roll good for athletics.
She
25.
shouldn't. Yeah, she didn't. She's not happy, but she's also not going anywhere. And you outstripped her roll by so much that she's also very definitely not getting her claws anywhere in your general direction.
You will understand when you're older.
Like I'm just kind of imagining that like he's got like her kind of like scruffed and also like held up on this side and just pointing the spine. This you're going this way. Claws say pointing in this direction, away from the face.
Yeah.
It's not elegant, but it's not painful for the cat, and it's not painful for you either. So yeah. All right. So you managed to convene with the others in the hub room with your angry orange quarry in tow, and she is yowling and complaining the whole way there. But you go.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah, I'm determined.
Yes. So you managed to make it through without further incident or actually incurring any actual scratches on your carapace. Is that to put you in? I did. I'm sorry. I added you back to the map and then I put you in the GM layer where you couldn't be. There you go. Okay. So yes, now it appears we have. Yep. So Olive and Red and Lemon have all rejoined. And there's.
Question:
Hi.
Why didn't you call Red?
Because honestly, I had been watching some Orange is the New Black earlier, but I also I didn't want to be this. I didn't want to have like a total self-insert moment with this. You understand? I had a cat named Rose in the background for the rest of the players that may not know this. No, it's okay. It's not. I mean, I love that cat, but I didn't want to go and like be super cat and self-insert when I'm already making the whole campaign. Honestly, nobody else would have gotten it. But yes, so we have Red and Olive and Lemon in the pin together. Caxaws, you don't see anybody else in the room, but you do see the pin full of cats at the bottom or at the feet of Mother. And you can see them all kind of milling about in there doing their cat things, and you can see the holopad or the data pad floating in midair next to Mother, looking about halfway solid.
Okay.
And that's your turn, but that's where you're at now. Willow.
Can I walk up?
Yes, make me one more animal handling check to make sure you can safely bear your quarry.
Advantage or disadvantage or what?
Let's just call it a flat roll right now because she wasn't too happy with the last time, but you also have her kind of entangled, so.
Right.
And I mean that literally in the wires.
Flat roll. Here we go. 15.
It's adequate. You managed to keep her secure and from hurting herself or others. As you try to unwind her from the wire, you realize that she actually kind of like goes boneless a little bit and sort of oozes out through the bale and slips into the quantum stabilizing field. It's a very weird thing to see a cat turn into a liquid, but that's kind of the best way to describe what happens. It doesn't flow around the wire so much as it finds the way out and just sort of oozes through. But it does go, and Violet curls up next to Lemon and like sniffs, and basically just sort of curls up opposite Lemon and like in the other direction, right? So if Lemon had a right hand curl, she went to the left. So they're back to back with each other and just curls up for a nap. Valerie, you have turned in your cat and are chilling, and you notice that a couple of other cats have joined the room, although there's no accounting where they came from.
I'm going to assume with that knowledge check I had, and with the fact that the prismatic stray split up and we had to drink potions to interact with them, that I am now phase shifted away from my friends and jump to the conclusion maybe they're here and me being phase shifted means I can't perceive them.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make that assumption. Do I need a knowledge? Do I need to make a int check to have that assumption, or can I just freely
Arcana.
have it?
Go ahead. You can do a technology or an Arcana check. But yeah, we'll try and keep this within the realm of Arcana if possible.
Okay.
Because this is more about like magical theory as far as this universe is concerned.
Wait, so I need to make an Arcana check to see if I'm right on that, or what if I just
if you come to that realization.
Okay. What if I don't care if I'm right?
Then you probably wouldn't be wondering about this in the first place.
That's fair. I rolled an 11. I'm not sure if I can.
You have a kind of an idea. Like you're not like 100% clear on the specifics of how it would work, but you have kind of an idea.
What if I just straight up ask Mother?
She'll straight up ass tell you that yes, you are in fact phase shifted away from your friendos, and you'll be able to see them here at the end of the hour. And in the meantime, would you like some tea?
I would love some. Do you have any oolong?
Oh, we've got oo medium and oo short, but we're fresh out of oolong.
That's
Oh,
okay.
you
If
mean
you
it's? Oh, I'm sorry.
well,
Yeah.
if you string together enough medium teas, you'll get an oolong.
This is the problem with multiple realities in the same place at the same time, is you're never really sure which varieties of tea you have.
You know what? If you're tasting teas as good as you're tasting cats and you're tasting fashion, then I am absolutely positive you'll be serving something delicious.
She titters a little bit, and she kind of gives you a wink and flatter her. But
Going back.
ooh. So you can see behind her on the dais, there's like a small, basically a small table, like a round tea table appears, with like an assortment of chairs. And actually, everybody else who's in the room can see this too. This has, in defiance of all sense, appeared for everyone who can see in this room right now.
Oh, 1 second. I need to do it. Alright, I need to block out my camera for a second. I will, I guess I will go over to that table with the tea.
Mhm.
Or I don't know if it has tea on it, but I'm going over to it. Do I need to count out my squares, or can I just walk over to it?
It's fine. Like you're effectively off of initiative here.
Okay.
But let's get back to Karos while you sit down at your tea. There is a nice little selection of baked goods here, some jam, some clotted cream. There is a lovely little bone china set of tea here, with a nice little floral pattern, and it smells faintly of jasmine in the teapot.
Ooh.
Oh wait,
Jasmine.
we already got Karos back. So okay, Karos has appeared here with Blue, with Sky here, and yes, you do see the weird cutout negative black and white image of Caxos coming from the left, and my goodness, it's startling. Because there is also a very angry, furry, cat-like black blob at the end of Caxos's arms that is apparently all fur and fangs and claws.
I assume Caxos is enough of an adult to handle that, and Koreos just keeps walking with their cat, and we'll try to pet it more and try to just, make it less upset about its current situation. And yeah, I've got enough movement to get to Mother, and
Make me one last animal handling check to see if you can get it in the basket, as it were.
all right. Can I make a dex check to just eat it? No, I won't. No, God, no. I'm making a joke. I promise.
You can certainly try.
11.
Oh no. Okay.
No.
Make me an opposed grapple check.
Worm.
Worm.
What's it's athletics, so that's okay. Yeah, cool beans. The 22.
Okay. Yeah, she struggles a little feebly, but honestly, Sky is no match for the mechanical might of your Nautilus suit, and doesn't actually get very far with her attempts to escape.
I walk up to Mother. I'm like, pretty squirmy.
Yep. So yeah, when you dump Sky into the ball pit with the other kitties, yeah, you are now suddenly able to see the rest of the cats in the pen, and her are starting to they're starting to act like a little more actively agitated with each other. Not agitated, engaged, I think. Like even the two that are facing opposite of each other are thumping the tails and getting sniffed and sniffing back with the others, and kind of everyone's sort of getting reacquainted with one another. You notice that Sky and Violet definitely seem to be having a much closer rapport, and Sky and Olive are also seeming to be a little more well acquainted now.
As Koreos witnessing this, can I make an intelligence check to see if it comes to my mind that this is because the two colors are next to each other on the spectrum?
Go ahead and make your check.
Okay. I want to assume it, but also I just I just like throwing random intelligence checks down because I think I'm cool when I do that. If this is Arcana, then that. Wait, is this Arcana?
Yeah.
That's another 22.
Yeah, so you get a very, very solid idea about the wave function of this weird ass hypothetical animal, having to do with being most attracted to proximal wavelengths, and basically it gets on best with colors that are near it because it's nearest to them in frequency.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else Chris needs to do.
Okay. Kala, do you have anything else you would care to do? Would you like some tea? Mother would ask you, as the tea table appears behind her.
Politely but quietly.
Okay, well, if you change your mind, I suppose then it will be on to Caxos if Kala is abstaining from doing anything.
Yep.
Okay, Caxos, you will be able to reach Mother within this turn. Yeah, but you need to make one more animal handling check to get your cargo there, and it'll be at disadvantage, unless you can somehow persuade it to calm the hell down now. But with 2 rounds of Marmalade screaming in your face, you don't know if that's going to be very likely.
I mean, I can try. I will say, Marmalade, I understand you're angry at me, and you can harness your hate and desire of vengeance. And when you grow up and strong, you can come find me. I will be waiting.
I'm gonna kill you now!
You really cannot kill me now.
Yes!
I am biologically way stronger than you.
Die!
I mean, you can fit in my mouth hole.
Okay, go ahead. Marmalade is not having any of your shit.
I know. Why do you leave me with a cat?
I
Just make your opposed grapple check.
Yeah. Oh. Oof. Okay, that's a 9.
Okay. Well, lucky you then that she rolled for shit because she got an 8. So
Nice.
yeah,
We both rolled shit.
yeah, no, you lose your grip on the cat just as you manage to tip her into the thing, and you kind of like spill her into the playpen with the other cats, and she looks up and her ears are flat back and she hisses at you really long time and then stalks over to Red and like headbutts Red, and like Red looks up at Mother and she kind of clicks her tongue at them. Okay, prisoner, it's time. And basically the cat Red starts first and she looks up and she jumps up into Mother's arms, stays there, and becomes a little bit less and then Marmalade and she combines with Red and becomes sort of a red-orange striped tabby. And then Lemon follows and another color is added onto the cat, and then Olive and Sky and then Violet, and finally a whole solid real cat purring like an entire instructed pad floating in mid. Now, somebody hold on to them. Don't let her reach out with her other hand to somebody.
I would take it, but I'm like on the other side of the room sipping jasmine tea watching this happen.
I guess Willozer will take it.
I'm so but she doesn't mean harm. So, about this data pad that I've given you here, this is a schematic, and it is for a magical artifact known as a time crystal. You're going to need to take this to my elder sister to finish the creation of this thing. This is not something that any of you can do. This is beyond any of your skill. Used properly, these time crystals are meant to reinforce and fix problems in time-space where people have done great harm to the space-time continuum. This can mend things. Used improperly, it can be used to collapse time in on itself so that past and present and future kind of get all jumbled up into one big singularity mess. We really can't be having with that here. So it is imperative that you keep this out of the hands of people who would do us harm. Now, I know from the message that I received from Anurshu that you have already encountered some hostile agents who would do this very thing, and in fact, I believe already have the Aegis Carillion. So that's going to be a problem. If they know to collect the Aegis, then they probably know how to use these time crystals for great harm, and we can't let this happen. There was a time once here in this temple, in a dimension not too far removed from this one, where a cult of doomsday wizards tried to steal a time crystal from here. They thought that this was the place where they were kept. They tried detonating an arcane warhead here in the Chamber of the Moment. Unfortunately for them, like children playing at being adults. They had no idea of what they were doing, and all they succeeded to do was erasing themselves from existence, and their entire timeline collapsed. So that whole probability string, that whole chain of events was erased. But if what you're seeing has happened, if somebody has come and stolen the Aegis, then it's possible that they have succeeded where the alternates have failed and know now what must be done in order to make this happen. The leader of the cult's name was Omnihilus, and it said that he wanted to destroy the universe because he was cursed with immortality and could not die. It is imperative that you keep this safe. It is imperative that you retrieve the Aegis, and it is imperative that you repair time and keep it from collapsing. Hi, CJ. I can't hear you. I'm expositing, sweetie. Okay. All right. Yes. So, as to where you have to go now, and I'm sorry to keep leading you on all these little wild goose. Stay out of the way of trouble. Find my sister on Nyx. Her name is Granny Promethea. She should be fairly obvious because I think she's the only person that lives there. She'll be able to help you build the time crystal, and she'll be able to give you further instructions on how to recover it. In the meantime, you're free to stay here as long as you want, get some rest, have some tea, but those potions will wear off in an hour, and you'll be able to leave then.
Willow looks, for one thing, when she heard the name Omnihilus, her eyes kind of widened a little bit because she remembered, after being the one who killed the cyborg woman, she remembers that name clearly. So she's a little worried after hearing that. It just thinks to herself, if she actually knew it was at stake, she wouldn't flip and telling that went off. Then she, after the mother finishes saying what she said, she's like, I think I will.
She actually looks up at Caxos and says, "Would you like some honey?"
Yeah, or tea with sugar, and
There's
I can not have the tea.
there's a fairly sizable honey pot here, complete with like the little banded, like round, like hive, like the very stereotypical like hive looking honey pot.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so yeah, you can she'll let you just have that.
Just have the image of Caxos just sitting in the corner, just scooping honey into his mouth like Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, with my pinky raised.
Yes.
Your pinky claw.
Yeah.
What was that about? CJ trying to get you in trouble over there.
CJ really wanted Luis to just like do that back, and she's just like, he
We
won't
couldn't
do it.
We
And I'm
couldn't
just like,
hear you. Nobody could hear anything. So we
I
didn't
know.
know.
I did that on purpose because I know we're recording, and this is obviously a lovely little section you can cut out.
Well, there was a lot of exposition happening around all of that too, so it's kind of indelibly etched into record for now. So now CJ is this weird little imp that likes to show up and disrupt important story beats.
I love her, but she is. Yeah.
You know, you can
I
tell her
warned
she's
her-
a horrible goblin, and we love her.
She's our favorite little kobold.
Right. So yeah, you Kexos can have the honey jar. There's tea for everybody that wants it. Kala, I realize that you're probably not much for hospitality, and she'll let you be aloof and in the corner because, you know, cats will be cats, and that's all fine.
Can I perceive my teammates?
Not at first, but as the hour wears off, suddenly you do find yourself sitting around the table with all of them. You are able to see your color-coded opposites, but it's a very weird kind of sensation. You actually are not able to see anybody because you are opposite of Red, so the only one you can see at the table right now is Mother and you.
Well, I have made a piping hot tea for. I've made 3 cups. One for Mother because this is her tea and it's rude to not make her a cup. One for myself because, gosh darn, I'm drinking some of this. And I've got one here sitting waiting for Willow.
Oh, okay. Well, the teacup itself, curiously enough, does exist in all realities. So while you're not exactly sure why, Willow, you are able to see a teacup being set and poured and filled and then left alone. But so is everybody else for that.
I'm just like, Mother, you could probably perceive her. Let Willow know that one's hers.
Okay, dear. Willow, honey, your friend Valerie says it.
All right,
Sure.
Sit down.
She says thanks. So it's very much like trying to talk to, you know, you're on the party line and you can't.
We gotta play telephone.
Yeah, you're hearing half of a conversation at all times. But yes, after the hour ends, kind of like the primary colored haze dissipates off of everything around you, and the usual lighting reserts itself, and your allies do reappear around the table, or not, as appropriate. So now that you are all back in reality and fairly grounded, are you quite clear on what you have to do?
get to Nyx, give her the schematic, make nobody gets.
Yes. And try and get the
find a way
shield
to-
back.
find a way
You
to
have to get the shield back. You can't leave it in their hands.
Wasn't
Well, don't
planned.
worry. I am fairly the one who took it. Breathing.
Oh, well. Honestly, if you can manage to make that happen, it would be his dearest wish, so he might actually thank you for it. But I guarantee it won't be without a fight.
That's the point.
Well, Kala has quite personal beef with the person who has the shield, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least that's the only reason I can infer someone would get that angry.
More like she has beef with the person who helped the person who wants to.
Ah, so then you should be
Wait.
profoundly motivated. Well then, in that case, I wish you all the best, and thank you for coming to visit me. It was lovely to see you all. And if you're ever in the neighborhood, you feel free to stop by and have a chat and pet a cat, and maybe we can catch up and see how things have gone.
And
In the meantime, time is of the essence, and I must insist that you get on the road.
I'm going to, on the slide, just leave her my number and be like, let's text. You have cute pictures of cats. I have cute pictures of wildlife.
She's gonna kind of tip her head and give you that little knowing smile, but also wave one finger at you, just like you're incorrigible.
No, this really is just her wanting to see pictures of Olive, or
Okay.
the prismatic cat.
All right.
What?
You are known. So saying, she will bid you a fond farewell, and you can all make your way out of the cave here and back to your ship. You realize though that she didn't actually tell you where Nyx was.
Well, hey Kala, is Nyx on a star chart? Oh, is Nyx on any star charts that we know of?
Not offhand. We can look when we get back there.
And we are going to end it here for the night. All right, everyone. Well done with the cat chasing.
Oh wait, I want to make sure this gets on record. Oh, on the recorded stuff.
Oh yeah, no, we're not closing the recording just yet. I just wanted to say well done on catching cats and hurting them all.
Okay,
Without
I
hurting
just
any of them.
I just wanted to read this thing because I posted it in the chat and I feel like it belongs in the audio files. This week on Quest for the Quantum Rose, the DM flips the tables and now it's the party that's hurting cats for once.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. I might just make that the couch gag for the opening. All right. Does anybody want to do plugs now?
I'll let everyone go. Let's go first.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess no one else is going first. Let me. I would like to tell everybody about this Twitch channel. It is a good friend of mine. They stream a D&D game that I'm a part of every Wednesday. The game is called Daria. It's being DM'd by my good friend Jacob, and it's on my friend Freya's channel. That is twitch.tv/Freya the Freak, all one word, no caps, and it's Freya with a Y, like the Norse goddess.
Anybody else want to plug other shows they're in?
Well, me and Kala play on Wednesdays in Scotty's channel. That at Scotty under.
Score Hood at
Score
Twitch
Hood,
TV. Yes.
We play the Curse of Strahd game where we are surprisingly alive. Each day it's more surprising, like genuinely surprising. I think Scotty's actually.
He's like, go take it easy on you.
Oh,
I mean,
don't let him hear you said that. He'll ramp up the difficulty.
Oh,
No,
that's okay. This won't be out for weeks.
Okay.
he's pretty impartial, but it's just
His dice are
Right.
out to kill us.
yeah.
Okay.
I died once, almost.
All right.
Oh, hey, should we plug his Twitter too? Since
You know what? Well, we have a lot of us actually play games on Scotty's channel. So if you're following his Twitch, you'll find pretty much all of us somewhere in other games.
Yeah.
January, do you have other?
I don't really have anything to plug. I think sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Sage, do you have anything else you wanted to mention besides the Kryn Valley?
Nothing up.
Okay. Well, then I suppose beyond that, keep an eye out for us on Fridays for Retroverse. On Saturdays, we are doing either Ghosts of Saltmarsh or there is another Dark Matter game on Scotty's channel called The Secret of the Silver Fleet, I think it is. And that's run by Blake. A lot of fun. Check that out too. And I don't know what's happening on Sunday mornings because we just wrapped up our water game. So aside from that, we will see you all next week here in the quest for the Quantum Rose. Good night, everybody.
Night. Night.
Dark Matter is copyright Mage Hand Press. Check them out at mfov.magehandpress.com and back the Kickstarter for Dark Matter Starter Kit at kickstarter.com. Sound effects by Sirenscape Online, the premier solution for your virtual tabletop RPG sound effects needs. $22 every other month gets you access to Sirenscape's library of hundreds of curated music and sound effect packages. From swords to spells to starships, if you need sound, you need Sirenscape Online. Check them out at sirenscape.com. Snickle Socks, if you appeared today, appears courtesy of Ladies and Bitches, creators of the Retroverse. Radical